Hello, and welcome back to the English Growth Podcast, the show where we help you break through language barriers and become a confident English communicator. Today, we're diving into a topic that almost every English learner struggles with at some point.
Common mistakes that slow down your English learning. We're going to talk about the habits, beliefs, and study methods that secretly keep you stuck, and more importantly, what you can do instead to speed up your progress.
Whether you're just starting your English journey or you've been learning for years, I guarantee you'll find at least one aha moment today.
So grab a coffee, tea, or whatever keeps you energized and let's get into it. The perfection trap.
Mistake number one, and honestly, the biggest dream killer I see, is what I call the perfection trap. This happens when you're so afraid of making mistakes that you either avoid speaking entirely or you rehearse your sentences in your head for too long before you say them.
Here's the problem. Language is a skill, not a performance. You can't improve without using it. And yes, that means making errors along the way. If you wait until your grammar is perfect, you'll never actually start speaking.
Instead, focus on communication first, accuracy second. Think of it like driving. When you first learned, you probably made awkward turns, parked badly, and stalled the engine. But the more you practiced, the smoother you got. English is exactly the same.
Pro tip, set a rule for yourself. You're allowed to make at least 5 mistakes in every conversation. That's how you learn. Studying without using the language. Mistake number 2, treating English like a subject instead of a tool.
A lot of learners spend years reading textbooks, doing grammar exercises, and memorizing vocabulary lists, but they rarely use English to talk about their actual life, hobbies, or work.
It's like buying a guitar, reading about how to play, but never actually strumming the strings.
Here's the shift. Use English for real-life purposes. If you like cooking, follow recipes in English. If you love gaming, watch English-speaking streamers. If you're into fitness, join an English-speaking online community.
This way, English becomes part of your daily life, not just something you study for an hour. Relying too much on subtitles. All right, number 3 is a sneaky one. Watching everything with subtitles in your native language.
Don't get me wrong, subtitles can be a great tool when used strategically. But if you always have them in your native language, your brain will stop listening and just read. That means you're not actually training your listening skills. Better approach.
Start with English subtitles.
Then switch to no subtitles for short videos.
For difficult content, watch once with subtitles, then again without. It's uncomfortable at first, but that's how you build real listening comprehension.
Memorizing words without context. Mistake number 4, learning vocabulary as isolated words. For example, someone might memorize the word run, but never learn phrases like run into trouble, run out of time, or run a business. The problem is, words change meaning depending on how they're used. If you only memorize single words, you'll struggle to understand native speakers, and your own speech will sound unnatural.
Fix. Learn chunks or phrases, not just words. Instead of appointment, learn make an appointment or I have an appointment with. It's like learning the pieces of a Lego set together instead of as random bricks.
Ignoring pronunciation early on.
Mistake number 5 is postponing pronunciation practice.
Many learners think, I'll focus on grammar and vocabulary first, then I'll fix my pronunciation later. But here's the truth. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to change habits.
Pronunciation isn't about sounding perfectly native. It's about being clear and understood. A good strategy is to pick tricky sounds in English, like th in think or the R sound, and practice them daily even for just 5 minutes. Record yourself. Compare it to a native example and adjust. Remember, pronunciation is muscle memory. Start training those muscles now. Focusing only on input, ignoring output. Mistake number 6, too much passive learning.
You might be listening to podcasts, watching Netflix, and reading books, and that's great. But if you never speak or write, your active skills will lag behind.
Think of it like filling a water tank but never opening the tap. Balance is key. For every hour of listening or reading, try at least 30 minutes of speaking or writing. This could be talking to a friend, recording yourself, or even writing a short diary entry in English. Fear of repetition. Mistake number 7 is avoiding repetition because it feels boring.
Some learners watch a video or read an article once and move on thinking, I already know this. But the truth is, knowing something once doesn't mean it's in your long-term memory. You remember best when you meet the same word, phrase, or grammar pattern in different contexts over time. So instead of chasing new materials all the time, revisit old ones. Watch the same video next week. Reread a chapter. Listen to a podcast again. Every time you'll notice new details. Comparing yourself to others. Mistake number 8, constantly comparing your progress to other learners.
It's so easy to scroll on social media and see people speaking fluently after 6 months and think, why am I so slow?
But remember, you're only seeing their highlight reel, not the hours of practice or their unique circumstances.
Comparison steals motivation. Focus on your path. The only person you should compare yourself to is the you from 3 months ago.
Not tracking your progress.
Mistake number 9, learning without measuring.
If you're not keeping track, it's hard to see how far you've come, and that can make you feel stuck, even when you're improving.
Here's an easy method. Once a month, record yourself speaking about a topic for 2 minutes.
Keep those recordings.
Listen after 3 or 6 months. You'll be amazed at the difference. Tracking progress is like marking your height on a wall as a kid. It makes invisible growth visible.
Waiting for the perfect time.
The final mistake, waiting for ideal conditions to start.
Some people think, I'll study seriously once I have more free time, once I buy that perfect course, once my life is less busy. Spoiler, that perfect time rarely comes. Start now, even if it's just 10 minutes a day. Consistency beats intensity when it comes to language learning.
All right, let's quickly recap the 10 mistakes we talked about today. The perfection trap. Afraid to make mistakes. Studying without using the language.
Over-reliance on native language subtitles.
Memorizing words without context.
Ignoring pronunciation early on.
Only passive learning, no active output.
Avoiding repetition.
Comparing yourself to others. Not tracking your progress.
Waiting for the perfect time.
The good news? Every single one of these is fixable. If you recognize yourself in any of them, pick just one to work on this week. Small changes add up fast.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future tips, and share it with a friend who's learning English. You might just help them speed up their progress too. Thanks for listening, and remember, mistakes aren't the enemy, they're the path. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, and you'll be amazed at how far you can go.